The hero Sid once led humanity to victory against the demons, celestials, which include angels, elves, dwarves, and fairies, spirits, and magical beasts, which include dragons. In the present, the soldier Kai and his comrades Ashran and Saki regularly inspect a monolith that seals the demons away. Kai is the only one who takes this job seriously because he once fell into the demon realm as a child, though no one believed him. Kai goes on a date with fellow soldier Jean. As they talk, reality suddenly distorts, and Kai finds himself in a ruined city and attacked by two demons. He kills one and is rescued from the other by Ashran and Saki, who take him to an underground shelter. He is hurt and confused when neither they nor Jean recognize him. They have never heard of Sid and explain humanity was defeated in the war, so they formed the last human resistance. Realizing the monolith is still there, Kai enters it and finds Sid's holy sword. He is transported to another area and finds a girl in chains with angelic and demonic wings, who begs him to free her. The girl introduces herself as Rinna before passing out. Kai uses the holy sword, Code Holder, to break the chains, but Rinna attacks him, accusing him of being a demon sent by Vanessa. After he defeats her, a seemingly mechanical woman attacks them, but Kai uses Code Holder to cut through dimensions and return them to the monolith. Rinna apologizes and explains Vanessa is the hero of the demons whom she feuded with, as she is an outcast from all races. She remembers the original timeline with Sid. Kai takes Rinna back to the shelter after she conceals her wings, but she causes problems since she is unfamiliar with modern technology and keeps picking fights. That night, demons break into the shelter. The defenders' guns are useless, but Kai saves Ashran and Saki and kills the demons with anti-magic bullets and techniques unknown to the people here with Rinna's assistance. Kai and Rinna are brought to a council who do not believe their tale of an alternate timeline. But Jean trusts Kai after he reveals knowledge of her nicknames for her father and grandfather and the fact she is a girl pretending to be a man. They make a plan where Jean's troops will distract the demons while Kai and Rinna assassinate Vanessa. Ashran and Saki are assigned to help Kai and Rinna. The troops storm the Capitol building to take on the demons and rescue human slaves. Besides Kai and Rinna, only Fallon, who uses swords made from a dragon's fangs, and Jean, who uses an elf garment for protection and an angelic blade, can actually fight the demons. Rinna makes invisibility cloaks for her group, but they are spotted anyway due to infrared cameras. Rin takes on the guards, who sense she is a mongrel of several races, while Kai takes on Vanessa. Vanessa is a succubus, and when her charms are ineffective, questions him. He tells her of his original world, and she has a strange reaction to hearing Sid's name and seeing Code Holder. She puts Kai on the ropes with several destructive spells. A wounded Rinna joins them, but Vanessa does not recognize her. Suddenly, the mechanical woman, whom Vanessa calls Last Riser, appears and attacks Vanessa, saying anyone who learns of Sid must be eliminated. Vanessa angrily blasts her and makes her retreat. A terrified Rinna says Vanessa is even more powerful than the one she knows. Rinna tries to contain Vanessa with a force field and tells Kai to run, but Vanessa breaks it and blasts Kai, seemingly killing him. Enraged, Rinna displays the powers of all the races, allowing her to hurt Vanessa, but she mocks Rinna for not showing this power earlier out of fear of being called a monster. Rinna tries to kill her with a suicidal spell, but runs out of mana due to Vanessa draining it. Kai revives and resumes the battle. Ashran and Saki turn off the lights, distracting Vanessa long enough for Kai to fatally wound her. As she slowly dies, Vanessa suddenly remembers Sid and says he trusted her to hide Code Holder in the monolith in order to counter the world being rewritten. Before she disintegrates, she acknowledges Kai as a worthy opponent and promises to come back and seduce him. With the other demons defeated, the humans retake the capital city. Jean plans to join the resistance groups fighting the other races. Kai and Rinna agree to join her. Vanessa's sister Heinmaril greets Kai and Rinna, thanking them for killing Vanessa and letting her take her place. She calls a truce between humans and demons and encourages them to fight the other races, warning them about the hero of the Celestials, the angel Alfreya. The army moves from the Urza Federation to the Io Federation, which is occupied by the Celestials. En route, they are attacked by a dragon until Kai and Rinne fend it off. As they camp, Kai is uncomfortable when Rinne and Jean share his bed. They reach the Io resistance, but their leader Dante is rude and egotistical, accusing Jean of stealing his glory. Dante gets increasingly angry when Jean rises in popularity due to being willing to fight alongside the men. His secretary Kuberi encourages him to lead an offensive from the front without informing Jean's forces. Rinne later voices suspicions that Kuberi is not human. Meanwhile, Alfreya has allied with Last Riser and shocks his allies by proclaiming all other races except angels are unneeded and will be eliminated. Alfreya traps the High Elf Elder in Crystal, and the Elf Shrine Maiden Raren barely escapes. Dante and his forces are missing, so Kai's group searches for them. They enter the Elf Forest and learn Kuberi was an elf in disguise who captured and paralyzed Dante and his forces. Raren tells them of how Alfreya betrayed them and asks for help, offering to go with them. Kai asks Raren if she knows Sid, but she does not. Raren teleports herself and the group to the Angel's Palace, where they find several angels burning alive. The angel Vicious explains they were punished not obeying Alfreya and that the High Elf Elder will be executed soon. Fallon, Ashran, and Saki hold her off. The angel Rafilo attacks, and Rinne holds him off. Kai, Jean, and Raren reach the High Elf Elder, but Alfreya appears and rants that all other races are inferior to angels. Fallon defeats Vicious by disabling her wings. After Rinne punches his helmet apart, Rafilo surrenders and tells her to stop Alfreya as he has gone mad. As they fight Alfreya, he mocks Jean's weapons even when she cuts him and points out that they are draining her life force. Raren had been in love with Alfreya and asks why he is doing this, and he says she is inferior. Alfreya is intrigued by Codeholder's ability to block his attacks, but mocks Vanessa when Kai points out he defeated her. Raren tries to free the Elder from the crystal, but her sacred dagger shatters against it. Alfreya is many times more powerful than normal, and he calls on Last Riser, who makes an explosion that sends Jean flying. Rinne catches her and is relieved when Jean doesn't mind seeing her wings. Kai asks Alfreya if he was the one who reset the world and if he knows Sid. He doesn't know what he is talking about, but he starts to remember Sid. Last Riser turns on and disintegrates Alfreya for learning about Sid, then resurrects and possesses him. The new Alfreya stabs Raren, prompting an angry Kai to fight him. As Alfreya and Kai continue to fight, Raren and Jean combine their powers to blast Alfreya's arm off, allowing Kai to land the final blow. The dying Alfreya snaps out of his madness and apologizes to everyone as the crystal holding the Elder breaks. He tells Kai that Sid told him something was supposed to exist and that the world was reset due to hatred. After Rinne has a nightmare of her and Sid being chased by Last Riser, she and Kai tell Jean what little they know of her origins, who accepts this and agrees to keep the secret. The Celestials give the humans new weapons and agree to a year-long truce. They admit that Alfreya went mad after they saw him talking to the hero of the beasts, Wrath equals IE, and then met Last Riser. The Elder orders Raren to go with Kai's group because she noticed Raren has fallen in love with Kai, embarrassing her and making Rinne jealous. Dante is jealous that Jean succeeded where he failed. Meanwhile, Wrath equals IE meets the hero of the spirits, Rikujin Kyoko, and they discuss Vanessa and Alfreya's deaths. Wrath equals IE then declares she will exterminate the spirits. Wrath equals IE and Kyoko fight until Last Riser helps Wrath equals IE, forcing Kyoko to flee. As Jean's forces drive to the territory of the spirits, Rinne gets increasingly jealous of Raren. They stop at a hot spring, and Rinne and Raren argue about what Kai would find attractive, but Jean stops them to discuss Codeholder, the world reset, and Last Riser. They are attacked by the beast Behemoth even though they are still in celestial territory. They defeat it, but Kai is wounded and Jean, Rinne, and Raren tend to him. He wakes up when both he and Jean dream of a building and a female voice beckoning them. Raren leads them to the building, which he says was made by humans a long time ago, with an unknown purpose, making Kai suspect it is like the monolith. When they reach it, the voice beckons them, claiming they are at the center of the world. Raren cannot hear the voice, so Kai, Jean, and Rinna enter while she stands guard. They find a statue of a woman, and the voice says she is Arsala Salaka, the goddess who was Sid's patron and gave him Code Holder. Creating Code Holder drained her strength, so she could not counter the world being reset and Sid being erased. She has chosen Jean to take Sid's place as the hero of humanity. Though she praises Kai's actions, he was not supposed to exist in this world. Arsala does not know what Last Riser is and is not sure if defeating her will change the world back. The group does not tell Raren what they found. They go to the Uluan Federation where they find another monolith and are attacked by slime monsters, but are rescued by Uluan forces led by Fallon's old friend Bama. They investigate a new lake, but as Rinna says it is a spirit, the water turns into Kyoko. She says the humans are in her way. Kyoko attacks them with fire and water spells, but stops when she recognizes Code Holder and remembers Sid. Last Riser attacks her for remembering Sid, but she drives her away. Kyoko calls for a ceasefire and explains Last Riser is an embodiment of hatred and not one of the 5 races, and Wrath equals IE has teamed up with her. They investigate the monolith, which has the same layout as the first one. They hear Sid's voice apologize for failing to protect Rinna before they are all transported to the place where Rinna was chained and find Alfreya turned to stone. Last Riser attacks and teleports Jean, Fallon, Bumung, and Raren outside the monolith. Unable to re-enter, Raren decides to forge new weapons in preparation. Kai, Rinna, and Kyoko are left to fight Last Riser, but Rinna is frozen in fear. Every time they destroy Last Riser, she reappears in a new body. So they grab Alfreya, and Kai uses Code Holder to cut through dimensions and return them to the monolith. Last Riser follows them, and they destroy her again, but she just reappears, this time in a body so powerful that Raren is shocked when she senses it. Rinna remembers Sid failing to stop Last Riser from capturing her. Kyoko resorts to a self-destruct attack, but Last Riser survives. Everyone attacks Last Riser, and Jean decapitates her, but her head sings. Then reality distorts, and everyone except Kai, Rinna, and Last Riser disappears. Last Riser turns into a copy of Sid with a copy of Code Holder and fights Kai after sending Rinna through a portal. Rinna is chained up again, but she breaks free and returns. Together, they destroy Last Riser. Then reality distorts and Kai passes out. When he wakes up, Rinna confesses her feelings and tries to kiss him, but Jean and Raren interrupt, and the 3 girls jealously argue about who deserves him, while Kai is confused about what they are talking about. Kyoko survived, but shrunk to a few inches tall after using up so much mana. The humans and spirits formed a truce, and they leave the Alfreya statue in the monolith until something can be done. The Arsala Salaka statue slowly cracks as she says Last Riser lives, and Kai and Rinna's ordeal is not over. Kai's group prepares to go after Wrath equals IE.